Hello guys, welcome back. I honestly just wanted to make one final video for the season, just to kind of celebrate the end of the season and hopefully come back next year. Um, this is, um, this is how I did in Game Week 37. 64 points, which was higher than average, and I got a small green arrow, only a few thousand places, but enough. Um, my aim for the rest of the season is probably to finish top 900k, maybe top 800k. But that will be hard since there's only 1 week left. I'm also 589k in the second chance league, so my second half of the season has definitely been better than my first was. And if I only use my one free transfer, then I'll actually have 100 transfers this season, which is quite cool. Most of that went on the free wildcard during the World Cup break, if you guys remember that. I kind of went a bit crazy on that, which is probably not going to do great things for my overall rank, but it is what it is. Um, and yeah, I benched March and Martinelli and Steele and Henry. Overall, they proved the right calls, really, with De Gea getting double of what Steele got and Trippier and differential Walker getting 9 and 8 points respectively. Trent Alexander-Arnold getting 1 was a bit disappointing, but I was never really gonna bench him for anyone. And no one on my bench that could actually replace him even did better than that. So yeah, not a great week for my bench. I don't have much of a bench, but since I don't have my bench boost left, that's not too much of a problem. I just need to hope there's no big rotations on the final day, which there probably will be. But I'm prepared to take a hit or two, so that's fine. Um, yeah. I mean, it was a pretty good week. Um, my one transfer from Agua to Walker went quite well since Agua didn't even make the squad for his game against Leeds. Um, but yeah, overall, it was a pretty good week. Small green arrows, so that's always good. And I'm looking forward to the next one. See what that brings. Um, alright, guys. So this is currently how I'm lining up for Game Week 38. Bit of a weird deadline at 3 o'clock on Sunday, and all the matches are at the same time. So we're essentially gonna have a 2-hour football goal fest. So I'm pretty excited for that. I feel like there are going to be high scoring games this week, so it's maybe not, too much of a smart idea to be just focusing on your defenders, which is why I've gone for a fairly attacking back three. Trippier has amazing bonus points. He could probably get a clean sheet against my team Chelsea, which I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, terrible season for Chelsea, I'll admit it. Then we've got Alexander Arnold. He plays Southampton. I mean, this could be a really, really good week for him, but it probably won't be because I expect him to get benched. This is pretty much a dead rubber game. Liverpool aren't in any other competitions like some teams are in the FA Cup or City in the Champions League. So yeah, I mean, Klopp will probably want to rotate the squad, or he might want to go out on a high. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to know. I'll probably be relying on early team news tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Next I've got White. From Arsenal playing against Wolves. I can't believe Arsenal bottled the league, but I mean they're Arsenal. And I just thought White has a good game. Um, Again, as I said, I'm not expecting a clean sheet, but White does get quite a few attacking returns, goals, even assists usually. Um, and he's not too bad on bonus points either, so hopefully he can get me a few attacking returns. In the midfield, we've got March, Rashford, Mitoma, and Salah. Um, I like my midfield. The only concern is March potentially coming off the bench for a one pointer. but that's probably a risk I'm willing to take. Especially if we get early team news that he's not in the squad, because then Walker will just come on. I'm not sure how I feel about that because Walker's another who could get rotated. As yeah, I mean, we all know Guardiola. We all know how he likes to rotate. So it's pretty impossible to predict what the City lineup will be tomorrow. Um, Rashford. I was very lucky with Rashford last week. Sure, he got benched for the first game, but in the second game he came on at minute 29, which means he just about played 60 minutes, which obviously got me an extra point, and then the goal was quite nice too. So that was quite positive. Then we have Matoma against Aston Villa. Um, I mean, he has looked quite tired in his last few games, so there is a chance he gets benched. But honestly, I just need to hope he doesn't because there's not a lot of choices on the bench to replace him with, and I don't know how many transfers I want to be making this week, given that any hits will have to pretty much pay off immediately. Um, so yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but we'll see how it goes. Then I've got Salah. Salah's been great for me. He only got the 5 points in game week 37, but if he starts against Southampton, I do think he could do quite well. There's no reason he shouldn't start. I mean, Klopp said he might want to bring in fresh legs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Salah should get benched. I expect players like Firmino, Simicast, and probably even Kelleher to start, but I also think Salah has a pretty good chance of starting, even if there's literally nothing to play for Liverpool. And then we've got Wilson, Haaland, and Isaac up top. Isaac, Isaac is probably one I'm looking to sell, but at the same time we've already discussed various issues with my squad, so that's probably not something that's gonna happen. Given that there's only the 1 week left this season, so I pretty much just need to hope he gets back to his old form. Um, Wilson, I do expect to do well. He came really close to scoring in game week 37, of course. Had a few missed chances. I think his expected numbers were really good. So hopefully he can just keep that. Oh, okay. Don't know what happened. Um, but yeah, hopefully he can just keep up those good numbers. And yeah, we'll just wait and see. Really, again, not too much else I can do. I can potentially sell him, but I don't see too many outstanding forwards. Alvarez has a massive risk of rotation. Solanke we know will start. But I'm not sure I want a Bournemouth striker in my team on the final day of the season, even if they do face Everton. Um, and last of all, Erling Haaland. I mean, what is that to say? He set the Premier League goal record. He broke the previous one even for a 42 game season. And there's really no reason apart from rotation why he shouldn't be my captain. And I mean, honestly, if he starts, I think he should be everyone's captain. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's potentially some other moves I could do, but we'll discuss that when we get to the transfer plans. Alright, so now for the transfer plan section. Um, hopefully my mouse will cooperate. Okay, I guess it's not gonna cooperate. Um, but if I can just actually click on it, why is my mouse being so? Yeah, okay, okay, yeah. Here is the transfer section. I don't exactly have the most money in the bank right now. Um, wait, did Walker go down in price? I feel like I bought him for 4.8 million. Yeah, anyway. Um, yeah, I only have the 0.2 million in the bank. And as I said, I'm not too willing to take any hits unless I know for sure that the players I'm selling won't play. Um, such as, for example, Martinelli or March. who probably won't play. Um, but there are a few scenarios I've been considering. Um, but such as, for example, if Haaland gets benched, then potentially sell him to a striker like Kane, maybe. But then again, that might be too much of a risk because we all know Haaland does not need many minutes at all to score one, two, or even three goals. So even if he's benched, I'll probably keep him. I just won't give him the armband. If I'm feeling risky, that might go to one of the Newcastle attackers. If not, I'm probably really looking at Rashford. Trent if he plays, Trippier. Yeah, I mean there's lots of options if Haaland is benched. Scenario two is that I sell Isaac for Alvarez, which would actually leave me with 1 million in the bank, and then I potentially sell Martinelli. I'm not 100% sure for who though. Let's just look at some good midfielders. Okay, great. My mouse is being loud again. Sorry about this. Let me just try and get back to the transfer page. Um, I'm scared to do this, but let me try to personalize the transfers page with my mouse now. We'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, my mouse is not making this insanely easy for me right now. So, no, I want to look at midfielders, not Bradford players. Here we go. Yeah, really. Oh gosh. Sorry about this, everyone. No, no, no. Wait, no. Oh wait, that actually works. Okay, nice. Um, yeah. So if we look at potential midfielders to buy, Odegaard, I'm not really convinced. I know a lot of people think the Arsenal Wolves game will be quite high scoring, but with Zinchenko out, Arsenal just haven't been creating too much, and they bottled the league. They're honestly just waiting for next season to start already. So, yeah, I probably won't be bringing Odegaard in. Um, I'm not convinced really. He's had a few great games, but at the same time, Crystal Palace. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they have anything to play for. So yeah, I don't know. I still think that's the best move I could do. Almiron stopped being in form a long, long time ago. Gross, Gross is an interesting one. Um, Especially if he plays left back again. But even then, I'm not sure it's worth the -4 going for him. If I could afford Son, that would be great, but I can't. Even if I get the 1 million in the bank, I still would need 4 million more. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that without a big transfer here. And honestly, I mean, if we get news that McAllister starts in the number 10 role again, then he might be a shout. Um, but I'm not too convinced by the options here. Gundogan might be a very differential shout. I've also heard people going for potentially McNeil from Everton. Um, Personally, I think that's just going a bit too far. I don't really think he'll do that well. And honestly, I don't want too many risky players because I mean this is one of the highest overall rankings I've ever been. It would certainly be my best finish to a season, as last season was my second best and I finished 1.5 million, which is not great, but I mean we're improving. That's what matters really. And then yeah if Salah's benched, I hadn't thought about that. If Salah's benched, that's a tricky one. If we get news that Salah's benched and Haaland starts, I'd probably want to keep Salah just because he's against Southampton. So if he comes on, I don't know, minute 60, minute 70, he's still got the potential to do a lot of damage to a Southampton defence who are honestly just waiting for their return to the Premier League if they make it. And Southampton really have nothing to look forward to right now. It's a pretty bad situation for Southampton, pretty miserable. Championship football next season, first team to get relegated. But hopefully they can bounce back and we'll see them in the Premier League season after next. But yeah, back to my transfers. I'll probably keep Salah even if we get early team news that he's benched, which means I'm not 100% sure what my transfer is gonna be. I do know I probably won't take a hit. Um, I am debating the option of Isaac to just anyone really. Alvarez Alvarez would be interesting, but I feel like it's very likely that one of him and Haaland doesn't play, which means that by buying Alvarez, sure I've got one guarantee to play, but I've also got one almost guaranteed to not play, whereas Isaac will probably play. So I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. Outside of that, it's probably gonna be selling Martinelli, but I'm really not sure for who. Trossard might be a shout, but as I said, I'm not too excited by the Arsenal attack right now. Eze might be a shout, but I don't know. I don't know. I do see that being a high scoring game, but I feel more on Elise being involved. And also, as I said, as I've said a few times, I'm really not trying to look for players who are too differential at the moment. So I might even resort to a defender transfer. Maybe someone like Walker, who I don't think will start, could go. And I could potentially double up on the Liverpool defense with maybe Simicast, who I expect to start over Robertson. But that could also be a bit risky if Southampton manage to score one. Um, I also don't want to roll the transfer simply because I mean, when am I gonna roll it over to? It's the last week. I feel like I should be doing something good with my transfer. So I'm a bit undecided as of now, but I think the most likely scenario is that I end up replacing Martinelli with someone like Gross or Trossard. Um, by the way, I just realized that I can't afford Odegaard without -4, so that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, that kind of concludes my video. I'm not really sure how many other options there are. Potentially Gundogan, potentially McAllister, potentially Anise. There's just so many options, but at the same time, I don't feel like a lot of them are that good. Um, so I mean, yeah, we'll just wait and see. But as of now, I would probably sell Martinelli to Anise. Um, I mean, even that I'm not too convinced by. Honestly, I think it'd be Gross. I think right now I'd probably sell Martinelli to Gross because I'm just not 100% convinced by Palace. This could come back to bite me very easily. Palace could easily score a lot of goals in that game, but they might want to give the younger players a chance. So yeah, I don't really know, but I'll probably go someone like Martinelli to Gross, and then potentially start Gross over March. Um, but yeah. See you guys after Game 38, where I'll be analyzing how my week went, if I have time for that. Um, so yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this week's video, and yeah, enjoy the content next season. Wait,